afternoon, everyone. Sorry, this presentation will be in English. Okay, my name is Selim Birced from Birced Digital, makers of GIS. I would like to walk you through today how GIS is helping to improve the way infrastructure projects are managed through practical tools. We're going to talk about tools, and I'm going to share with you some real-time, real-world applications. Throughout this presentation, we're going to see a little bit of the product and some use cases and success stories. Okay, let's dive into it. Okay, first off, challenges. I mean, in the end, infrastructures, as you might know, like projects are huge, and there are multiple challenges we face today, obviously. But today, I'm going to focus on three major ones. The first one, the real-time geospatial data integration with the SCADA solution. Today, geospatial platforms and SCADA platforms, they are both very complex, and having them under one umbrella is a big challenge for end users. Second up, managing diverse facility operations within a 3D visualization. So many projects have their 3D models. They want to integrate it in their operations. It's a big challenge. There isn't a clear-cut, out-of-the-box solution that can help you with that usually. Like, I mean, there are lots of systems we are talking about in a BMS, from HVAC to lighting to security, so you name it. And finally, operators need some intuitive tools to create, modify, and operate some plans that they know they need, but they don't know how to access to. So through that, they lose flexibility, they lose responsiveness, etc. So these are your challenges. And these challenges cause some real-world numbers. Okay, consider these figures. There are 2.5 trillion dollars spent globally on infrastructure, but over 1 trillion is lost due to inefficiencies. 98% of projects suffer delays. Here, I want to give it a shout out to these 2%, because when I first saw this number, I was really surprised. How come it's not 100%? So good job to that 2%. So what else we have? Like 60% of the operators struggle combining the geospatial data in their operational force. So there are major issues that infrastructure end users are facing, and here we believe GIS with Aviva technology can bring something to the table. Okay, GIS basically was designed to solve these issues. I mean, these major problems that end users are facing. Its modular, scalable platform helps the system integrators, the end users, and also the distributors to plan these projects, execute them, and also have the final application up and running with all the end user needs met. Okay, how do we do this? Well, we have a modular solution. We have three core modules. Each focuses to address these different issues that we mentioned. Maps is embedding your map provider or GIS providers within the system platform within one solution. When it comes to scheduler and sequencer, it creates for your operators like a workflow of operations where they can manage them from their workstations. And finally, BIM integration, similar to maps, but it's in this case the integrating 3D BIM models within your SCADA solution. Together, these modules provide a complete yet modular, depending on your needs, a tool set for tackling these complex environment of infrastructure projects. So first up, the GSize Maps module. What do we have here? Okay. The idea of the Maps module, it's our first one and the most comprehensive maybe and oldest. To be able to understand the projects, we need to have a understanding of the spatial data. And within a system platform, well, this is very intuitive tools that we have to do that for the real time, but not the geospatial part. So what we do is provide the end user some tools for obviously the geospatial tools like panning, zooming, having layers, etc., etc. But on top of that, we have some special features that are very key for end users. Basically, enabling integration of certain map providers and GIS providers. For example, Esri is a big one, big player. Most of the end user, especially in water, use it, so integration. So all the big GIS providers, Google Maps, OpenStreet, whatever. Apart from that, you can have your offline map providers, because that's also key for some projects. You cannot have online map providers. You have to have offline. You can have images as map providers. So we provide some tools to the end user that's key for them. Next up, how it looks like. So this is a demo that we have for Barcelona Smart City. Here you can see within your OMA application, you have embedded GSize. This is the Barcelona districts. And you can see different districts. And if there is an alarm, you can directly, on your faceplate, integrate with it, interact with it, see what's happening. You have some shortcuts. Specifically, if you want to go to a certain asset, you can go there. You have your layers for your convenience, whatever you want to see. You can have your industrial graphics as well. Well, we have native GSize graphics too for shapes and markers, but industrial graphics for you, it's available. On top of that, we also, as I mentioned, Google Map is part of the map providers, but also Google Map API. This gives you some cool features, basically mostly UI, but don't let it fool you, because we also have things like traffic. Like we can embed Google traffic data here and see directly here. And as I said, you can have offline maps, demo maps, and you can create define a map provider as a layer and superimpose one map provider on top of other. In this case, a heat map, for example, is an interesting application. So another extension of this Barcelona Smart City demo, like a metro, you can have sub-layers, as you can see, multiple stations. You select and deselect, you want to manage, you can see. And as you can see here, there's a huge lines, right? But each line between each station is a separate asset. So if there's an accident between station 1 and station 2, you can have some alarms and notification directly here. Okay, as I mentioned, we can also have images part of the map providers. This is it. It's an image. It's a representation of the station and your faceplate. I mean, there is a seamless integration. You cannot differentiate where GSize ends and the OMI application start, because it's one and only. So, okay. Next up, scheduler and sequencer. Okay, this module allows end user to define, manage, and execute sequences of operations directly within a system platform, and also using a web application. I can't emphasize enough this application, like who this application is for. It is for the end users. End users usually don't have the skill set to code, script, go to the system platform and change things, but they are the experts of their domain. So, like we want to give them tools to be able to use this expertise without struggling using the tools under the hood. So, as I said, it features a web-based interface designed for user friendliness. It's similar to your Google Calendar that you use, but empowered with system platform. This is the web application. Here you have your calendar. You create an event. Well, these events can be user-defined. This can be triggered automatically by events, time, emergency responses. So it can be for routine tasks or one-off emergency things. So whatever the operator needs. Do you want it to repeat? When do you want to start? To start it, what kind of a plan to run? What's going to happen when you run this event? To finish it, what happens? I mean, okay, this can be at the beginning of like a station, the metro example. When does the station open? Lighting, HVAC. So you run plans for all the days, but there's a holiday, weekend, the schedules are different. So you can directly create events, the operator easily, and everything is automated. Okay, next up, the BIM integration, our final module. Okay, I'm not sure if you know the concept of BIM. I'm going to explain a little bit what it is. BIM stands for Building Information Modeling. It's a collaborative methodology for designing, building, and managing infrastructure through its life cycle. Basically, from design to demolition. It's very popular with architecture and construction because in this project there are lots of stakeholders, and a 3D model that everyone can understand and agree on gives a single source of truth, and it's invaluable from that perspective. What we do, we add the operations part to it. So basically, we implement the BIM models within the system platform and power it with real-time capabilities. You can have animations, you can have industrial graphics, everything similar to what you can do with maps, you can do in this 3D model of yours. And how does it look like? This is a BMS demo of ours. You have bidirectional navigation between your model and your OMI application. As you can see, your faceplate, you click the fan, and you directly zoom in the model to the fan. As you can see, you also see information about this fan, and vice versa. If you select asset within the model, it will directly go to the faceplate. You see which one. You can also have direct information from the model. This is very valuable. You can have all the details of this particular asset for maintenance, etc. This can be invaluable tool. Apart from that, we have, obviously, if you want to have real-time interaction with the model, you need to have animations, blinking, changing colors. You need to have an option to layer certain elements and group them and see them. Industrial graphics, obviously, is part of it. You can define industrial graphics for assets with read, write capabilities. And that will be it. So, okay, we went through the modules, okay, that's good, the solution. But what does it do for you in the end? Okay, well, these modules come together to have a very powerful impact in infrastructure projects in our experience. Like, with an out-of-the-box solution, you reduce engineering tools, because the way we approach it, because we are a partner as well. So we understand the pain points of both system integrators and end users. So we want to come up with solutions that can help system integrators develop easily and fast, and end users have all the things they need. So this is the DNA of our R&D department, let's say. So all these together, helps you to end user have what they want. So it improves their decision making, reduces the total cost. You have a better ROI with an out-of-the-box solution. Okay, enough talk. Let's enough talk about the product. Let's a little bit talk about what we have done, like some success stories and one case study I want to talk about. And before that, our footprint a little bit around the globe. Like we are active in diverse infrastructure projects, but our bread and butter would be smart cities, water, wastewater, and tunnels. We work closely with Aviva and over 20 Aviva partners around the world, from projects in Australia to the States. And in these projects, more than 10 smart city projects from Gulf region to Barcelona. And for water and wastewater, again, Gulf, like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, US. From tunnels, Portugal, Colombia, Australia. So we operate like our partners, but we help our partners to operate around the globe. So next up, a success story. I don't know if you are familiar with this success story. This is also an Aviva success story, not only a GSize success story. Nawa Raipur is India's first metropolitan greenfield smart city, part of India's smart city mandate of 15 years ago. The idea here was high livability, sustainability, and operational efficiency. They want to build a new state capital, greenfield, with a centralized command and control center to manage all core systems. You might have heard the concept of system of systems, UOC, I'm sure. This project was the proof of concept of UOC concept. So, and GSize played a central role in this effort, providing the core map integration, because it was in the center of the application. Because in the end, we are talking about managing system of systems. The operators need to manage worse systems like water, street lighting, electricity, sewage, all. They have their layers, and they manage through the map in the center of the application. And thanks to that, this project won recognition as a lighthouse for India's National Smart City Mission. This is cool for the city. For Aviva, it was a pretty big win, because thanks to this, we were able to roll out similar around 10 other smart city projects in India using this as an example. Next up, a project in Qatar. This was very big, cool, very stressful project. ASKx project is developed part of the mandate of Qatar for 2030 project. It was very important for them that it was ready before the World Cup 2022. They want to unified wide range of systems they had, drainage, pumping station, wastewater, etc. Also weather. This in the heart of it is like a water wastewater project, but it's beyond that because it's extend to closer to smart city too in certain aspects, because there are so many systems they are managing. For them, it was crucial, this integration, obviously, and like at that point, Aviva had this system of system approach, and it was there. But one additional point for them was the Esri integration, the GIS provider I mentioned. It was already a core component of their ecosystem. So it was, for them, it was crucial that to be part of this one application. And in this, when we talk about GIS providers, these are complex systems, and it's not only showing tiles, but also lots of data. And when I say data, in this case, their database, over 1.7 million assets, they change continuously. And we were able to have them access to this real-time, the operators managing all this data. Again, GSIS being at the core of this application. And finally, something from home, Barcelona tunnels project. Okay, here the priority was like several. One is the high availability. Obviously, tunnels being extremely critical infrastructure. This goes without saying. They want intuitive controls, and they wanted to transition from the legacy systems. That was key because there were some proprietary systems they were not happy with, so they want to move forward from that. And combination of OMI, scheduler and sequencer, and maps, used to be called geospatial. We managed to provide them a system that they want. Together, these capabilities, this is very interesting as well, actually, because together with these capabilities, they create a resilient, modernized tunnel control system aligned with both local operational needs, but also scalable for future projects. This part is very important because now, in Spain, all the public tenders for tunnels requires a type of a scheduling tool. They were so happy with this solution, and we rolled out this solution in over 20 tunnels around Spain. So now it's part of the tenders. So, okay. I mean, across these success stories, I repeat certain themes. I mean, in the common results emerge. No, like better visibility. Yeah, okay, of course. Integrated data, key. Smarter planning. I mean, they have more efficient, faster control over their infrastructure. And this is basically our goal. And with these, GSIS kind of proven itself not just as a technology partner, but as a strategic enabler for these kind of projects. And finally, I want to talk about a little bit of a case study, I would say. Full disclosure, not all these projects have GSIS per se, but it's very important for you to understand our journey as a company, as Bicol, how we have become so involved in infrastructure, because this is a 20-year of background, and some kind of for you like a journey from that 20 years till today. So it began with some foundational project. AINA, maybe some of you might heard of it, the airport success story of Aviva. So this was the beginning, maybe, because this brought us into the infrastructure field in a huge and strong way. And then Becasa, this is an irrigation project I'm going to talk a little bit about. This was important for GSIS. It's like one of the birth projects of GSIS. Akbar, very big water and wastewater project. So with these, we started our journey in the infrastructure field. AINA, one of the world's largest airport operator, operating all the airports in Spain. So right now, we are talking about Aviva install base, 15 control rooms, 1.4 million IOs, over 450 separate systems, and 700 users all around Spain. So pretty big. Then Becasa, as I said, this is the irrigation and park management system. This is not a huge project per se, but it's very important for us because they had the need of map integration, and this basically was our start to work and creating a solution for a client in a way. It was from service turning into a product, which is GSIS Maps. And I mentioned Akbar, one of the bigger water and wastewater systems, around 200K IOs. But like, if not for them, I wouldn't have water at home. So some other projects at the early stages. There's a light train in the around Barcelona area. Tram, this is well, more of an energy management system. This project is interesting because this project is not a very complex project maybe, but the cool thing about this project is it helped us to get this project through our partners and partner relationship and the ecosystem we have. And from there, we moved to BSM. This is a BMS project for parking lots within Barcelona. So scheduler and sequencer was part of this project. This is an interesting project, but because the success of this project led us to tunnel projects, because tunnels and BMS, well, tunnels are kind of a BMS, but more. But a simple BMS success was really helpful for these initial tunnel projects. And finally, another project. This is like electric buses, managing electric bus fleet of city of Barcelona. This is a cool project because this is not a critical project. This enabled us to use some cool and innovative features of a system platform. And tunnel, these are all tunnel projects around Barcelona city. And finally, all culminated to this huge project, Metro Barcelona. I mean, this project is even bigger than AINA, even more ambitious. The greatest and the best of Aviva was poured into this. We are talking about, again, around 700 users, but 8 million IOs, multi-galaxy approach. It's huge, and we are really proud to be part of that project. So, in a nutshell, basically, this is our journey throughout to Barcelona, different stakeholders, how all came together. And, of course, in Europe, the smart city projects are fairly different than a project in the Gulf or project in India where you can have greenfield projects. Here, we have to work with different stakeholders, different entities, different projects come together and create a cohesive, not one project per se, but big footprints for our solutions. But if it was just one control room under one UOC platform, it might have looked like this. This is our UOC demo for Barcelona. Here you can see all these systems. You can navigate through the map and see in your faceplates all the relevant details of the city. Here you have a solar park, let's say. So when you click, you see all your solar panels. Individual panels you can go and get operational information about that. You have your wind farm. You can go see your wind farm and all the detailed information of individual wind farm. I see your industrial graphics and have this information there. This is a little bit of a vision. Like, I mean, if we had one system, well, one application managing multiple systems. Okay, well, basically, if you seen something that you like, it's something interesting for you, well, please reach out to our colleagues here at the Select Benelux team. They are well versed in the technology, and of course to us directly. We'll be more than happy to help you in this journey as best as we can. thank you very much for your time. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than welcome to answer. Maybe not, because I was. Well,